Medieval libraries are generally studied in the field of history of the book, which is very interested in gathering data, especially about where manuscripts went, how they were made and how they were used, but doesn't really address the library conceptually. So what we wanted to do was to bring literary texts and philosophical ideas into the debate about medieval libraries, think about how the library was imagined and conceptualized in the period.
Well, one thing I think is really exciting about this is the possibility of working with very fragmentary evidence and lacunae and really quite a scrappy record, and through a conceptual approach to these materials, trying to actually move beyond the limits of a sort of more empirical approach and try and actually reach conclusions about the meaning of the library, the ways in which library collections were used.
And when you look at the accounts, you can find out a lot of very interesting information about medieval libraries, when the books came in, when they were lent out, what happened to them, but you don't find out how the library was imagined. And that's why we wanted to go to literary texts, where you'd get this sense of the idea of the library in the period, what people thought about libraries.
In a sense, intellectually, there's an evolution from work that's already been done on the manuscript and reading text in manuscript together and trying to understand how those texts speak to each other and why they were collected together. A further development within that is, and it seemed like a logical next step, is to look at manuscripts together within a collection and think about how they speak to each other.